Hello, guys. We're back for episode 3 of The Ones Who Live. This is my initial breakdown of the episode, and I give my opinions and thoughts about the series, about the episode, and maybe a little speculation on with the breakdown of the episode. The episode starts out as Michonne is giving her introduction to the CRM, basically lying to him, saying her name is Dana, which we all know it's not, but that's just the way she's got to stay low key, because Rick has brought her in. So, and he pretty much told her in the last episode, you're going to have to tell him nothing about Alexandria or anything like that. Because the less they know, the better off, things will be. Well, we go on, and Rick enters his apartment, and you have the character named Jadis. If you're familiar with the Walking Dead regular series that has ended, then you'll know who Jadis is. She is now a part of the CRM, which I think she always was a part of the CRM for real. She was collecting people for them, A's and B's. And so he walks in and she's sitting in there drinking a good stiff drink, basically flirting with Rick, because that's what she did in the regular series, pretty much wanting to lay with him, kind of infatuated, a little infatuation with Rick. And she lets him know, because she knows who Michonne is, and she is keeping Michonne also a secret to the CRM military, not to let them know who she really is and how powerful she is, because she knows with her and Rick together, Michonne and Rick, they are powerful. They can take over. They are strong people. They are leaders. And that's something the CRM doesn't want. They don't want people that can think for themselves, that can be leaders and possibly, change things around, because there is some crooked behind the scenes sketchy stuff going on. Each spinoff deals with, the CRM military, and it's always some sketchy stuff going on with them. So we'll see how all that plays out in the later spinoffs and stuff like that. Well, anyways, they get to talking, and she basically knows that what's getting ready to happen. Rick's been wanting to go home. He's tried to escape 4 times to get back to, his people. And she thinks that now that Michonne's in there, he's got him some backup. Now they can plot together to do the great escape. It's not going to be that easy. Yeah, it's not going to be so simple, because Rick's mentality is in the military now. He's kind of understanding that he's stuck. If he goes back, then he's going to end up getting his whole community and people that he loves wiped out, because Jadis makes a point to say, if you leave and go back, I will find you. I know where it's at, and I'll kill everybody in sight, even the ones that she even liked towards the end. She'll wipe them all out. So he's basically got that mentality, I'm stuck, but I can get Michonne out. And that's pretty much where the episode leads up to. He starts reading and looking at maps and finding her a way out, and then slips her a little note as they pass through, out in the public. And she finds out the markings on the cell phone that she was getting, the pictures of who was doing that. There was a stand set up to where the guy was drawing the pictures or whatever, but he couldn't draw everybody. So, like I said, Rick passes her the note, tells her what time to take off, and basically lies to her and says, hey, I'll meet you there, because what better way to get her somewhere is to say that, she, he would be there too. Well, she does as planned, follows the instructions, gets to the spot, finds the canoe that he had set up for her and everything. But lo and behold, no Rick, never showed up. So she thinks for a minute, and next thing you know, she ends up right back on detail, killing zombies. But in his mind, she's already escaped because that's what he tells his partner. Her name is Thorn. That she's already gone. Basically, he also tells Jadis too she's gone. You don't need to worry about her, but come to figure out, she's still there. And Michonne does notice Jadis because Thorn actually brings her in to the military, is getting ready to level her up from detail, puts the uniform on her because she sees how strong and how much, that she would be. Because if you remember in the past episodes, Okafor, the guy that got killed in the helicopter next to Rick before it crashed, he had ideas, to change the CRM military to basically get people in there to lead the right way instead of what was going on, because he knew there was some crooked, behind the scenes, shady shit going on. He didn't get into too much detail of it, but that's basically why he chose Rick and he chose Thorn, because he knew they would be perfect leaders for that army. Well, sum it all up, they get put on a mission, and it looks like there was a little bit of jealousy in Thorne's eyes against Michonne. It kind of reminded you of what, season two or three, I think season 2, when it was on Herschel's farm, of Shane. If you go back to Rick's buddy Shane, he got his wife pregnant, they thought Rick was dead, then he come out of nowhere. So Shane, got a little jealous, and he tried to take shots at Rick, lining him up in his sights in the woods, wanting to go ahead and get him, off him, because he was interfering with, what Shane had, had with his wife, Lori, the relationship that they had. Now that Rick's back, boom, Shane's on the back burner. It's all Rick now. And that's what I got the feeling with Thorn, is when she lined Michonne up in her sights, I sensed a little jealousy there. It's almost like Thorn had a little thing for Rick. Rick is a, Mac, and he's got this. I just make a joke out of it. Rick's a ladies' man, baby. He's got that gift of gab, I guess that look. But like I said, I sensed a little jealousy. She had her in her sights. He noticed what was going on, so he quickly put himself in front of Michonne, in the scope, so she couldn't take the shot. But and then Michonne does prove how strong she is, how much of power that she's got. Well, you gotta remember, Michonne's pissed off because Rick didn't show up to the getaway spot. She's got a lot of anger going here. Plus, her and Rick having a few words, and Rick basically telling her, look, I'm stuck here, I'm not coming. If I gotta drag your ass all the way to this canoe and put you on there myself, that's what's getting ready to happen, Yeah, so Michonne's seeing a different side of Rick that she's not used to. She's so used to the old him, what he was back when he was in Alexandria and stuff like that. This new Rick's not working. We got to figure something out. We got to bring him back to reality somehow. So she puts forth, strong, shows a little strength, completes the little mission, knowing she got in trouble for it. Like I said, Thorne's, kind of a little jealous there. Maybe we'll see that play out in episode 4, 5, and 6, because there's 3 more left until the end. Like I said, will Rick make it home? Who knows? Or will they announce an official season 2 renewal? We'll just have to wait and find out. Well, anyways, that happens. They get on the chopper, and I guess they're going somewhere. They're going to do something. Then a bad storm comes up, and Michonne's just looking at Rick, it's like, and then all of a sudden, the chopper starts, malfunctioning or whatever, bad storm, probably got struck by lightning or something like that. And Michonne says, you know what, fuck it, we need a timeout. Opens the door and just grabs a hold of Rick, and they just lunge themselves out the door. It's like, boom. You're not going to be talking to me like that no more, basically, We're going to figure something out. I got to get you back to reality here somehow. And that's pretty much where the show cuts off. I might have missed a few parts in the breakdown, but that pretty much sums it up, Now, my initial opinions about the episode, I'll just go ahead and say this. All 3 episodes right now are superb. This is probably the best Walking Dead you've seen since maybe the first couple of seasons of the original show. This is good Walking Dead content right here. Because the original series started slacking off, I'm going to say around, I don't know, the end of season 6, and into season 7. Well, season 6 and 7 wasn't that bad, but but I think I'm gonna be official with it. Seasons 8, 9, 10, and 11. Kind of hit or miss, It just wasn't that great. It wasn't as good as it was, basically. But this spinoff itself, not talking about Daryl Dixon or Dead City or anything like that, because they're good too. But this right here, is real superb right now. It's got the most viewership right now. I guess because everybody's been waiting for Andrew Lincoln to come back to reprise his, Rick roll. Hey, we got it, brother. Will we get some more of it? Who knows? In the future. But this is, like I said, this is probably some of the best Walking Dead content right now. Right now. And that's my opinion. That's just my opinion. Now, my thoughts on the episode are let me see. Let me think here. I think the episode could have been. I think these episodes could be just a tad bit longer. At least make the episodes, like the premiere, a little hour and something, because you really want to flesh things out. These last couple episodes haven't been as long, but that's pretty much my thoughts on the series. Is maybe just a few minutes more longer for us to understand, because each episode has ended with a cliffhanger. You don't know until the next week, and then you got to wait the full week to experience what happened at the end of the last one. I mean, trust me, it's worth the wait. And now I want to get into my speculations about the series. Like I said, there's 3 episodes left. We haven't been confirmed that there'll be a season 2 renewal or anything like that. They'll probably wait until the episodes are finished, maybe a day or 2, then announce it. But they're not really, pushing for a season 2. Maybe they can conclude everything in this season. But there are also major hints of Morgan, if you know who I'm talking about. He was the first human Rick met up with or ran into in The Walking Dead. Morgan saved him. There's a lot of Morgan hints, a lot of Morgan Easter eggs. What's to say that he doesn't run into Morgan again, or Morgan gets on the right track, and to find out, because you got to remember, I'm having a hard time with this timeline. I feel you. Yeah, because they're out there. They're out there. You don't know, because I thought Jadis was dead. No, Jadis wasn't dead. No, she wasn't dead. No, Jadis found Rick by the creek. He was still alive. They thought he was dead. Yeah, because he blew up the bridge or whatever. shot the dynamite. I mean, he might as well. He was damn near dead. Let's just put it that way. Didn't she die in World Beyond? No, no. She had a small part in World Beyond. You know, I might have to go back and look at World Beyond. It's been a minute. It's been a minute. Yeah, I can't remember everything. I'll have to get a refresher. But I know she is part of the military of the CRM, which, like I said earlier, I believe she always was. Yeah. So, yeah, it's the timelines are crazy. That, you know, as many years has passed, and you know, and they're trying to fill you in of what you've missed and haven't seen, and it's just it confuses you. It does. It, you know, gets you all fucked up. Because when you get back to the, you know, the main show and stuff like that, you're so lost. You don't know what's going on because all these time jumps, 5 years later, 10 years later, or let's go in the past, 3 years before, you know. It's hard to keep up with. I feel you. But I believe, like I was saying, I believe Morgan is going to play a part because you got to remember in Fear the Walking Dead, Morgan also had his run in with the CRM. So, you know, he pretty much knows of them, but doesn't know a lot about them. He's not like Rick. Rick knows about them inside and out because he is part of the military now. Yeah, he's actually been there. He knows what's going down. He just doesn't know much of the behind the scenes crooked shit that they got going on. I like the Daryl Dixon too. It's good. Daryl was all right. I give you that. I can't wait for season 2 this summer. What? Cause Carol will be in it. You know, Daryl and Carol. I mean, that's a good good clash together for real for the series. They're day ones. You know, Daryl's had a bad coming up. You know, Carol had an abusive husband and stuff like that. Daryl, you find out later in the series that he was abused when he was young and stuff like that. So they share similar lifestyles coming up. You know, what great two, you know, what good two to put together, you know, because they can relate on a lot of crap. Then Negan and Maggie, that's the one I'm waiting on. What is going to go down in Dead City with Negan and Maggie? That's what, you know, I'm a big Negan fan. I'm sorry, you know. I was waiting for the arrival of Negan through the original series, and they did it perfect. And they couldn't have casted a better person, you know, like Jeffrey Dean Morgan. I mean, he's season 2. It's already out. You haven't watched. Now, season 2 of Dead City's not out yet, nor Daryl Dixon season 2. But season 1 is. Yeah, I've seen season 1 of all the spinoffs. Well, except for Rick. Rick's not over with yet. Trust me, I'm caught up. Very caught up. But yeah, like I said, the speculations, I believe Morgan's going to show up. It may be a cut scene at the end of the season. Or, season 2, I thought you meant season. Yeah, season 2 hasn't even been filmed yet. Now, Daryl Dixon's season 2 has been filmed. They're just waiting to bring it out this summer. That's as much information I know about that. We probably won't see Negan again until early 2025. I'm going to say January, February. Probably February. It's annoying they used to release the episodes early. Now they're making us wait. Yeah, I know it sucks. It does suck. I loved watching those early episodes. What, about Thursday night or something like that? Wednesday or Thursday? Yeah, I don't understand why they stopped that, for real. Maybe they was losing viewers or something. I have not a clue. Yeah, they're making you wait now. They said, we're going to make your ass wait now. That's crap. That is crap. But I see Rick finally making it, but like I've always said, you got to look at this community and the way they've went about things. There's always been an epic battle with anybody that they go against. There's always been some kind of battle. It's not going to be an easy open the front door and let's just skip down the Golden Highway back home. Ha ha ha. It's not going to happen. There's going to be a battle. There's going to be just chaos getting home. They're going to have to fight their way back home. It's not going to be easy. People are going to die. Let's even say that they both don't even make it back home. That's just purely speculation. Maybe just one of them makes it back home. Who really knows until we actually see it? We can speculate all day long. I could have gotten into a season 3 of World Beyond, but would be sweet if they used some of those characters. Yeah, it would have been. It kind of would have been good to see Rick in World Beyond, like towards the end, letting you know, kind of gassing you up for what's coming. But they didn't do that. But they did introduce you to what they call variant walkers that were a lot stronger, a lot faster, a lot harder to kill. And that's pretty much what Daryl Dixon's spinoff is about. The variant walkers and what the CRM is doing. They're shipping people overseas. They're running these tests on them, kind of like you saw in World Beyond. And even Rick's show kind of touches on World Beyond because, where they destroyed, what was it, Omaha or in Portland? They destroying these cities and wasn't nothing wrong with them. They're just going in there, killing everybody and covering it up. Yeah, so, trying to, make it think like, hey, it was something else, but knowing it wasn't. Yeah, there's some sketchy shit going on with this group. But ain't there always some sketchy shit going on with any group they run into, for real? There's always some kind of behind the scenes crazy crap going on. Because The Walking Dead is pretty much this. The zombies are there just for show. Fear the living. Because you don't know, It's all about who you can trust. People put on a good act. I'm not saying that Negan was wrong. Yeah, he had his sanctuary, he had his people, but the way he was going about things was wrong. The easiest way to say it is fake it until you make it, right? Yeah, he had them all brainwashed and shit like that. He was going about it the wrong way. And I understand, it's survival of the fittest. I get that. In that time, there's no law. There's no anything. It's basically, the wild, wild west. Kill or be killed, right? You got to stand up for what you believe in, and you got to fight for what you have. And but like I said, there are negative points to Rick too, because if you've noticed throughout the series, Rick, if he doesn't have somebody in his ear, he likes to, jump the gun on things. Kind of like he did Negan, thinking there was only one outpost, maybe 10, 15 people. Come to find out, this man has hundreds of people. Multiple outposts. This man is well established. Squads, and the roadblock squads get bigger and bigger each turn that they took. It's like you'll have 5 at roadblock 1, 10 at the next one, 20 at the next one, and boom, there's 50 of them right at the end. So that's shown him that he basically jumped the gun real quick. He doesn't think. It's just he gets in that mentality, that cocky mentality. Well, confrontation ain't really been, a problem with us. Yeah, but you got to look at it, Rick. You need to do your homework before you jump the gun, you know? And that's kind of what Herschel was to him, always in his ear, like, hey, Rick, maybe you got to think about it, you know, before you jump the gun. You know, kind of like with Michonne and everybody that would be talking to him off to the side, you know, they're just trying to get in his ear and say, hey, are you sure you want to do it this way? You might want to stop and think. And that's always, you know, it's always good to have somebody that can stop you before you make a mistake. But he redeemed himself. You know, and basically Carl was also in his ear, you know, trying to, you know, show him that, hey, it doesn't have to be this way. We don't have to go this route. It don't have to be, because when people are getting killed, you know, you're losing a lot of friends. You know, they've lost a lot of good people along the way, and they just didn't want to lose any more. You know, people were seeing that. But like I said, I don't know how it's going to end. I can only speculate, but I can speculate this. I do believe they'll finally make it, but I believe they're not going to make it without a big fight. There's going to be some consequences. What's to say that they do make it back home, and like I said, here comes Jadis or here comes the CRM. They're going to have to fight, you know. But we got to get Daryl back from overseas, and whoever else is going to show up, maybe Morgan, you know. But who knows who's still alive at the Commonwealth, because if I'm not mistaken, Alexandria has been destroyed. The hilltop's definitely destroyed, because Maggie has made a new hilltop on the outer skirts of New York, you know, kind of up the eastern coast there. You know, who's to say that Maggie won't appear again, or hell, maybe even Negan? Who knows? You know, we just all have to wait and see how it all fleshes out, and that's pretty much my opinions and thoughts and speculations on Rick and Michonne episode 3. Episode 4 is on the way. Like I state in every video, like, share, subscribe, comment. If you like what I'm doing with these opinions and thoughts and, you know, little breakdowns of the episode and speculations, let me know, and we'll keep going. I plan on continuing until the series is over, or you know, something like that. But episode 4 is on the way Sunday. The Ones Who Live, the love story of Rick and Michonne. Will they make it home? Purely speculation at this point, but we're going to see. Guys, thanks for tuning in. Thanks for listening to me do the breakdown, opinions, thoughts, speculations, ranting and raving about The Walking Dead. And I'll see you guys hopefully on the episode 4 of these videos. Everybody take care. If you haven't seen The Walking Dead, it's on Netflix, all 11 seasons. Binge watch the hell out of it. Get caught up. Check out Dead City on AMC Plus. Check out Daryl Dixon. Get ready for season 2 this summer, and I will catch you on episode 4. Everybody stay safe. Have a great weekend.